Well, greetings all. Shalom to you who believe. This isn't so much a video on salvation or even the scriptures for that matter. What I want to do is explain what I didn't explain at the very beginning of my last video, which was 21 minutes long, 7 seconds. Kind of interesting numbers on that, but that was my fourth attempt at trying to bring out the judgment that it's actually taken place today. And what I was trying to explain, I cannot comprehend. My brain is just numb. I'm dizzy. You know, it's something right out of the Twilight Zone. And if you know anything about technology at all, you'll understand what I'm saying, that it just couldn't have taken place. There's no way that it could. So what I did was I first initially started a video that I was going to bring this subject matter out on, and there was a distraction, you know, something loud out on the road, and it kind of clouded out, so I just went ahead and I stopped it. It was about 18 seconds long. Then I started another one on it, and I got through the beginning, the introduction really well, and then my phone rang, bring bring, so I answer it, and it's the National Gun Association. And I'm like, hey, you know, I'd sure like to donate or everything. I said, but I'll do even better than that. You get an investigation going on these things, you know. And I ran through everything up to where they had murdered me here back in August and September and October of 2016, when they burned my church down and such, and I thought I had it all on video. So from there I went ahead and I just cleaned out the computer again, make sure that my video would work without glitches hopefully, and I did my third video, which I thought was, you know, what I needed to get out and everything. So I had stopped it, and I was going to check out the video. So the way I do it is I've got a LifeCam camera, Microsoft LifeCam, which is what's playing right now that I see. I see my face, I see the room, I see everything, I'm talking, I'm doing well. And after I put it on stop, there's a little folder on this here Microsoft LifeCam screen that's got a folder. So I click on the folder and it'll open up the file, and from there I shut off this here cam. I exit out so that it's no longer there, so it doesn't take up microbytes or anything, RAM or whatever, so that I have a better opportunity to upload to YouTube what I have. So I only got the folder there. Alright, so when I did that, I lit up a cigarette to view what I had, and I listened to the 18-second video and I deleted it, and I opened the second one and I'm listening, and it's like, you know, that don't quite sound right. And then it got up to where the telephone rang and I started to talk, and that's where the video stopped, and I'm like, that's kind of peculiar, because I didn't stop that video till after the phone call. So then I opened up the third video that I was talking about with Matithia 25, and what took place is I'm sitting here after everything had been shut down. These are already saved files. I opened the third one that talked about Matithia 25, and what it showed was me taking my cigarette, lighting it up. I watched the first video inside this video, and it was for the 18 seconds. And I'm not saying a word, I'm just watching the video. I'm viewing it, and I'm sitting here and I'm smoking on my cigarette. And I seen the second video open and it stopped. I said, well, this ain't right. I'm not even speaking in that. It was Matithia 25. Now this is already saved. I already X'd out of the camera and everything. This was the file that I had saved, and I'm like, well, that didn't work. So I went ahead and I deleted it as well. I cleaned out the system again, and then I brought forth the video on Matithia 25 on judgment that it's going on today. And it was in my mind, and I explained it at the beginning, but it really made no sense. I was feeling kind of, I don't know, it's like beside myself. I'm like, what in the world took place there? So I mentioned it briefly, and then I made the other video, which I got posted to YouTube now. It's 21 minutes long, 7 seconds. And I got my bestest friend who's been trying to talk me into bringing shorter videos so that people watch them a little bit easier. And I said, well, I didn't hear at first what was being said. It took my bestest friend a few times over, the months here, to finally have it, click in my head where I didn't only hear at that time, but I understood that. And I says, I've already brought out everything, concerning salvation. It's already in the videos, though they're long and this and that. They could always put them on pause and do what they have to do, this, that, the other thing. But then I realized what was being said, and I said, thing I need to do is start going through some of these videos and taking out important parts and putting them down into videos as short as possible. So that's what I was doing today. And it just hit me afterwards. I'm like, wow, something went on. So then I was writing my bestest friend an email, sending off this newest video, and I was putting the link in there. Well, I put the link in, and sometimes in my emails it'll open up and show how it looks, the thumbnail and a little description there of the video I put. And I had just copied it from the video I had just made and posted, and I put it in the email, and it comes up with this guy jumping out an airplane, with his suit on, and he's floating. I'm like, how did that take place? And I'm writing the email, and I said, I didn't put this video here. That's what came up, though. This was supposed to have been the video that I just made. So I went back to, my channel, and I copied again the link for the video I just did. And I went back and I put it a second time in the email. And again, it came up, this guy jumping out an airplane, with a helmet on and such. I guess it was talking about these fly suits or something. And I'm like, I don't even know where this video come from. So I'm writing to my bestest friend saying, I don't know what's going on here. I feel like I'm in a totally different dimension, because that's actually what took place, I was watching a video that I lit up my cigarette, and I'm watching me going through these 2 other emails and deleting them. But the thing is, my live cam wasn't even on. I already saved the video about Matthew 25, and it had nothing to do with it. I wasn't even speaking in it. And it was a saved folder that took place after, like 2 or 3 minutes after I had already shut the video cam off. So everything was already saved in the file form. There's no way I can figure out how in the world this camera took a picture, a video of the future. Only like 3 or 4 minutes in the future, but that's what took place, as far as I can see. I would that I didn't delete the video, but it's just, something that I cannot understand. But the third time I put the link into my bestest friend's email and sent it off is when it actually put down the video that I just made. So I went to the sent section, and I brought back up what I had sent to my bestest friend. And I clicked on the first link. And even though it's got this guy jumping out of an airplane with a helmet on his head and such, into the clouds, when I clicked on it, it actually came up to my video I did. And I'm like, wow. So I clicked on the second one, it did the same thing. So if anyone could make sense out of these things, I could sure use some help in this, because it's actually got me a little bit dizzy here thinking what actually just took place. It's Twilight Zone stuff. I can't explain it. I'm not lying to you. I would have never thought or dreamed these things up. It's And I mentioned it at the beginning of my last video, but in such a way that I'm still in shock, okay? I'm trying to figure out a way to explain it so you could even understand. I don't even understand it, you know? How can I explain it? When I make the videos and then I stop this player, it puts them into a folder. And that's what I did with 3 videos. An 18-second one that came out only 3 minutes and something, but that one was supposed to have been about, I'd say 15 or 20 minutes. It took me to do it. And then the last one that I thought was the one that was going to finally take, well, it was about the phone call before, the second one. And then the third one came out minutes in the future of me deleting the first 2 that was saved to the file after I had the cam already shut off. Everything was saved. Everything was saved. All I had was the folder up that had these 3 videos in it that I just done. So I lit up a cigarette, I turned on the first one, and I shut it off, deleted it, did the second one, saw that it didn't have my phone call conversation going on, which would have been great, so I deleted it. And when I turned on the third video that was already saved, it was showing me lighting a cigarette, watching the first video I deleted, and I just sat here, you know, with my cigarette. As I started watching the second video, didn't work, so I deleted it, and then I come to the end of the video, and I'm kind of looking in the camera at myself, you know, and the camera's not on, but I could see this puzzled look on my face that I know I must have had, and well, something ain't right here. I never even said a word in this video. So I deleted it, and then went to make the video, which I tried to explain what went on, and the whole time I'm making the video, my mind's wrapped around what just took place, and I couldn't figure it out until, you know, I had tried sending that email off. I went out, I patched a hole in the roof, or at least got it cleaned out so it's drying anyway, so I could patch over it, and I'm thinking about these things, and I'm getting dizzier and dizzier, and saying, you know, I wonder if I actually walked into a different dimension or something, or what is going on, because what just took place is impossible. So anyway, if anyone else has ever had these kind of things take place, I'd sure like to know about it, because it's got my mind pretty boggled. And I've had a lot of supernatural things go on in my life, but, you know, I've never actually been living and see myself in the future, you know, on a video, which, of course, I deleted. And, you know, it wouldn't show anything anyway, because anyone would look at it and say, well, you know, he was videotaping himself while he was, you know, smoking a cigarette and reviewing the other one, so there's nothing peculiar. But it was about Matithia 25 and about judgment. That's the third video that I did. I shut the camera off, and when I opened the video about Matithia 25, I was sitting there smoking a cigarette that I had done just 2-3 minutes before that I started. I was still smoking the same cigarette when I opened up the video showing me I was smoking the cigarette, lighting it up. And I mean, it's peculiar, people. I don't know. There's some peculiar things going on. I don't know if, you know, there's some kind of thing going on with frequencies or whatever. I don't know. All the planets are supposed to be lined up on the same side. The sun right now had the eclipse, had all kinds of things going on. I know dimensions are being opened up because the demons and such are going to be pouring through before too long, but that was peculiar. I could use some prayers. I'm praying for you, so please pray for me. That was something. That is something. I don't know what to say about it, but I felt you need to know. Gives you something to pick on me about if you so desire to pick on me over it, but I'm beside myself. Hey, I love you all. I hate what you do unless you're repenting, but you know, if you're repenting, I still hate what you do, but I'm for you, man. You know, give me a comment, something. If you need any help at all, you know, as long as it's not financial. I can pray for you for finances, but you can see here I don't have any. Prayer cloths, that sort of thing. If you're going to keep the laws and commandments, I'd be glad to help you with, but we need to start praying. There's something up in the air. I don't know what it is, but Maybe y'all are seeing some things like this too. It's like dimensions are colliding with each other or something. I don't know. But I love you guys. Shalom.